Good evening, and welcome to Tewksbury Conservation Commission meeting on November 20th, 2019. I'd like to call the meeting to order. First item on the agenda is approval of minutes from November 6th. Do we have those minutes? We do. Board members, any questions on the minutes?
No, I have no questions.
Can we have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Seconded?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Before we proceed, I'm going to go through a little bit out of order, just in case somebody's here for some of these applicants that have asked for a continuance, so you're not sitting in the audience all night. Okay, item A is a public hearing notice of intent from Richard Montori, Town Manager, 984 Main Street, map and lot 47-79, 47-80, 48-81, and 48-93, DEP number 3051073. The applicant is requesting a continuance. Can I have a motion to that effect?
I move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, item B is also a continuance, and it's also a public hearing notice of intent. John Faneros, ACC Realty, 1037 North Street and 1547, 1553, 1563 Andover Street, map 39, lot 45, 248, DEP number 3051077. The applicant is requesting a continuance to December 4th. Can I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Seconded?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Item C is another public hearing, notice of intent. Scott Kelly, R.J. Kelly and Company, Incorporated, Burt Road Development, map 115, lot 4, Route 93, map 115, lot 5, Route 93, map 115, lot 6, Route 93, map 115, lot 7, South Street Land, and map 115, lot 8, Route 93 and beyond, DEP number 3051093. This applicant is requesting a continuance to our December 18th meeting. Can I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Seconded?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Okay, item E. It's a continued public hearing, abbreviated notice of resource delineations and ANRAD for Mark Ginsburg and Ani Martel, 325 Marshall Street, map 32, lot 3, DEP number 3051099. Applicant is requesting a continuance till December 4th, 2019. Can I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Seconded?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Was there anybody here for any of those? Seeing none. Now we're going to back up to item D. It's continued from November 6, 2019, public hearing, abbreviated notice of resource area delineation and ANRAD. Kazajian Enterprises, LLC, 2512 Main Street, map 94, lot 65, DEP 3051098. Is there anyone here for that? Surprise, surprise. This.
For the record, Jim Hanley with Civil Design Consultants. We were in front of you 2 meetings ago, I believe is when we were here. Basically, it was for, or it is for, an abbreviated notice of resource area delineation. We submitted the plan and the paperwork. At that time, we had just received the letter. I think you had voted, actually, to have it reviewed by Mr. Manuel. He was out there last week. He walked the site. We got a review letter Wednesday, Thursday of last week, made a couple of minor adjustments. And I can walk over and show what they are. So essentially, the line itself did not change at all. but he did recommend that the first 5 flags, which are off the property line, the flags just be taken off to keep the line so that we have the appropriate buffers, and then to extend a straight line perpendicular to the property line on the far end. So those were the only 2 changes that were requested and we made. We submitted the plan last week, and I think all the paperwork is in order.
Stefania, any issues?
No issues. I reviewed the revisions just to make sure that they addressed all of Bill's comments, and they have. So I think at this time, we could issue the ORAD confirming the bordering vegetated wetlands for the modified plans dated November 14th, 2019.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Is there anybody here to speak on that? Seeing none. Board members?
Sorry, which case is this? Can you specify? Sorry, what?
2512 Main Street.
25, okay.
No, looks good to me.
Yeah, I don't have any issues. Mr.
No issues.
Rohrabacher?
No, no issues.
All right, so we didn't negative.
So we would approve and issue an ORAD.
Okay, I need to entertain a motion to approve the ORAD for the plans that were dated November 4th, 2019. November 14th, 2019. Can I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you. This one's done. All right, now we're on item F. It's an abbreviated notice of resource delineation, ANRAD, for James N. Della Pine and Whipple LLC, 181 Pine Street, map 45, lot 1, lot 4 on the plan, DEP number pending. Is there anyone here for that?
Not the applicant, though. I don't.
Oh, you're not
see
the
that.
applicant?
Oh, no.
Okay. You're not the applicant.
I would just maybe table it.
All right, what we're going to do for now, we're just going to table this, and he could show up any minute. All right, I'm going to need a motion in that regards to table it till later in the meeting.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. All right, that's the one that's coming back. All right, we are now on request for non-substantial change, request for extension of permit, James Indella, Clark, Western New England, 624 Clark Road, map 11, lot 12, DEP 3051023. Is there anyone here for that?
So that's actually the same applicant. This is just an extension permit, so it's not a public hearing or anything.
Okay.
I think we could do it, or if you want to table that as well for now.
Why don't we table that as well, because he might show up and there might be some issues with it. So
Okay.
I'd rather table it until.
Okay.
I need a motion to table item G, request for extension of permit, James Indella, Clark, Western New England, 624 Clark Road, map 11, lot 12, DEP 3051023. Can I have that motion made, please?
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, next. Where the hell? Request for non-substantial change in New England Power Company and Massachusetts Electric Company, Old Boston Road, DEP number 3051049. Is there anyone here for that? It's a wonder somebody shows up every now and then.
My name's Kellen Contwitz from VHB. We're a consultant to National Grid, and there's the ongoing project at Old Boston Road, construction of a substation. And this request for insignificant change is their wish to put an access gate, ramp, and gravel driveway out the back of the substation. And evidently construction of that, it would include a 16-foot wide swing gate. There'd be 3 12-inch culverts put in the stormwater swale so that the stormwater design isn't impacted around the substation, and a 12-foot wide gravel driveway placed on top of the fill that's going in there. And evidently it is beyond the limit of work of the existing project with that DEP number. And in all, it would create 800 square feet of additional fill beyond the limit of work. It would be in the 50-foot no-build zone, but specific designs were made to keep it out of the 25-foot no-disturb zone. And if approved, best management practices will be practiced with installation of erosion controls to make sure no sediment goes beyond construction and into the 25-foot no-disturb zone. And after construction, the area would be stabilized and restored.
Okay.
Do you guys have a figure to look at? I printed out a couple.
This figure.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
The only question I have is, how close in the 50-foot no-build zone are you getting to the 25-foot no-disturb zone?
So I believe in the plan, you could see it's kind of a longer dashed line of the 25-foot no disturb zone. And essentially where the 115 contour is being graded to within a few feet of the 25-foot no disturb zone.
So when we say a few feet, how many feet is a few? 2, 10, 20?
Right, that's a good question. From the scale, it looked like it'd be like 2 to 5 feet within the 25-foot no disturb zone. Or, to 2 feet beyond the 25-foot no disturb zone it'd be coming
Right.
up to.
Okay.
So 27 feet from the wetland, approximately.
And you're distributing 800 square feet in the no-build zone, correct?
Correct, yes.
And in the no-build zone, how many square feet are there?
In it's gonna be the 800 square feet beyond the limit of work. It's the 800 is in the no build zone.
But in the no-build zone, how many total square feet are there?
There's a
I
lot.
don't think
for
I
the
understand
site.
your question.
I just
it's-
want to make sure within 10%.
Yes, so there's no structures, right?
Right, correct.
no
It's just gonna be a
buildings.
gravel
It's-
drive.
So the 10% wouldn't
Okay,
apply to that.
The only thing I would add is, since you're coming that close to the no disturb zone, I would rather have like the erosion controls doubled,
Okay,
because it's that close. I mean, you're only 2
Right.
feet. I mean, when everybody says a few feet could mean 10 feet to 500 feet.
yeah, true. And the erosion controls, I know the existing project, it's silt fence and then hay bales in front of that.
That would be sufficient. That would work for me.
Okay.
Board members, any other questions?
Now, that'd be work with me, for sure.
Yeah, that's good.
Stefan, you have any issues?
No, I don't.
Okay, so this is not a public hearing, this is just a request for a non-substantial change. Can I have a motion to that effect? We have to approve the non-substantial change for New England Power and Massachusetts Electric Company, Old Boston Road, DEP number 3051049, with the stipulation that there is double erosion control.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you.
Closing that. All right, what are we on here? now on item I, request for non-substantial change, Carlos and Luisa Oliveria, 22 Maple Road, map 54, lot 9, DEP 3051078. Is there anyone here for that? Step right up, and can you state your name for the record, please? Can you speak right into the microphone so they can pick it up?
Name is Carlos Oliveira, 22 Maplewood Road.
Okay. And this is not a public hearing. Okay, Stefan, you have any issues?
No, this is just to add a deck off of the already approved sunroom. It's outside the no disturb zone, so I don't believe this to be a substantial change to the plans.
Okay, I don't have any issues. Board members?
No, I'm good.
No. Okay.
All right, can we have an approval for a request for a non-substantial change? Carlos and Luisa Olivero, 22 Maplewood Road, map 54, lot 9, DEP 3051078.
I move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, sir. Chair votes aye as well. Okay.
It's up to you if you want these.
Now we're going back. So this one's done. Why don't we keep going?
They'll be quick.
Yeah, they'll be quick. Okay, we're going to item J, request for certificate of compliance. Karen Grotto, 70 Juniper Lane, map 63, lot 50, unit 70, DEP 305-845. Is there anyone here for that? Step right up to the microphone. Please state your name and address for the record, please.
Hi, Karen Grotto, 70 Juniper Lane, was the residence when this request was made, but I've since moved as of today.
Okay. All right. So we have any issues, Stefania?
Nope, this was just an order of conditions issued in 2007 for an addition. So
Okay.
went out there, it looks like everything was built as approved.
Okay, this is not a public hearing. Gentlemen, I need a motion to request to return this property of Karen Grotto, 17 Juniper Lane, map 63, lot 50, unit 70, DEP 305-845, back into compliance. Can I have a, what's that?
No, yes,
I can't hear. Oh. Oh, that's what we're doing, okay. So we need a motion to
issues.
issue a certificate of compliance for Karen Grotto, 70 Juniper Lane, map 63, lot 50, unit 70, DEP 305-845. Can I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we're on to item K. A request for a certificate of compliance, Sean Ma, 31 Orchard Street, map 60, lot 134, former address Orchard Street, DEP number 305-675. Is there anyone here for that?
This
We
is-
can actually,
Do
you have any issues with it?
No, I don't. It should just be a partial though, because this was for the whole subdivision and just this lot is coming.
Okay, so it's just lot 134, correct?
So 31 Orchard Street, map 60, lot 134 is the current address.
All right, you have no issues with it, correct? All right. Gentlemen, I entertain a motion for a certificate of compliance, to approve a certificate of compliance for Sean Ma, 31 Orchard Street, map 60, lot 134 only, previously Orchard Street, DEP number 305-675, and this is a partial certificate of compliance for just lot 134, correct? Can I have a motion?
So
to that
moved.
effect?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. All right, now we're back to Item F, a public hearing, abbreviated notice for resource delineation and ANRAD for James Andela Pine and Whipple, LLC, 181 Pine Street, map 45, lot 1, lot 4 on plan, lot 4 on the plan, DEP number pending. Is there anyone, you are here for that? This one.
DEP number,
Oh, okay.
will be online tomorrow, they said.
Okay, if you can state your name for the record, name and address.
My name is James Andela, and we're here for 181 Pine Street, Lot 4.
Okay,
Just here for a basic ANRAD delineation. I think there's 16 flags.
okay, I'm gonna, before we go and go ahead with the ANRAD, I just want people in the audience to know, anybody who's here for this, we are not determining what's being built. There, as far as we're concerned, nothing is being built there. We are just determining the wetland delineation. That's it.
Correct.
Everybody understand that? Okay. I want to do that because when we don't do it, people get confused. Well, he's building a house, he's doing it. We don't know. That's the planning board or notice of intent. So, we just need the delineation. Stefania, has Bill looked at this?
No, so we did get an estimate, but the applicant wanted to discuss that with the commission, discuss other options. So he hasn't been out yet. I did go out, and I mean, I don't have any concerns at this time, but I'll leave it up to the commission and what they,
Well, we've been pretty consistent with the fact that we have our guy go out to double check everything. So I'm going to insist on it, you know, unless the board says otherwise.
I think the big concern was the estimate itself. I think that's more of what he wanted to talk about. Right? Is that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to talk about it. I mean, the 16 flags, over $1,600. Me and Stefania did soil samples throughout the whole site on that one lot, Lot 4, that we bought, and she was more than satisfied with the soils and modeling. So,
Well, I understand that, but we have been using Bill to do this. I mean, we've had previous ones in here, even just a couple weeks ago, we had to have Bill look at it, and I prefer Bill to look at it myself. And any other comments from the board?
Is there any other way to reduce the cost?
Well, we've been making it a practice to have it done, and I don't want to change that practice. Even though I think it was this gentleman over here that we did it to down on Main Street, and there were some changes. So I would prefer to do that. But that's my opinion. I mean, Mr. Sheehan?
I have no comment.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Would anybody like to speak?
Is there a way I could actually look at the map of the?
Can you please go up to the microphone, introduce yourself, state your name, and...
Hi, I'm Danielle Kerber from 7 Bruce Street. And is there a way I could actually look at the lot on the map?
Look at this. So there's you.
So I'm looking right here, right?
Right.
So where's
This is your
one?
line.
Okay, so what's one, is it 181 Pine Street? So it's,
Mr. Chairman, it's Lot
This
4 on
is
this
Pine
map.
Street here, or Lot 4. This is what we're determining.
okay,
It's this.
So that's Whipple Road and that's Pine Street.
This is lot 4. yeah.
And then where's Leary? Sorry, it's just, this is like much different than. So. Leary, Bruce, and then 191.
So 181 would be somewhere here.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
My name is Jeff Haynes, and I'd also like to take a look at that map, and I live in 10 Leary Drive.
Okay.
You're here. This is lot 4. There's the wetlands.
So these are the,
That's the wetland.
this is all wetlands.
This is wetland towards your property.
Okay, so this is back here. So this is all wetlands. Can I ask a clarifying question? This would not be,
So these are the wetlands that were flagged for this lot.
yeah.
So kind of back here, and then off-site was not looked at, so it's just.
So nothing would be built in this location on the wetlands?
I mean, we don't know
You don't
yet,
know yet.
so even if they did propose to build on wetlands, they would have to follow all the regulations that they had for that, so.
Anybody else? Seeing none. Back to the board. Any questions?
No, sir?
And the DEP number, is that official yet?
I mean, it hasn't been posted on the website yet, but you said it's gonna be posted.
They emailed it to me today.
Okay.
Okay. I still want Bill Emanuel to look at it. I don't know if you gentlemen agree or not, but I think it would be a wise thing to do
Yeah.
since, so I think we should continue this to the next meeting. Other than that, I have no issues without hearing the results from Bill.
I agree.
All right, so can I have a motion to continue this to, you want to do the next meeting,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Can Bill get out there by the next meeting?
I can see, I think September.
Okay, well, why don't we schedule it for the next meeting, just in case you can possibly get out there. If you can't, we'll go to the meeting after that. So our next meeting is when?
December 4th.
I'd entertain a motion to continue the ANRAD for James and Dale Pine and Whipple LLC, 181 Main Street, map 45, lot 1, lot 4 on the plan, DEP number
It's up top.
305.
305-1100 to December 4th. Can I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well.
Thank you.
All right,
Do we have
you're
a
still
time?
up. You're still up,
Yeah.
so don't go anywhere.
Do we have a time for that meeting?
What's that?
What time for that meeting?
7 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
All right, this, let's see. All right, now we're on request for extension of permit, James Indela, Clark, Western New England, 624 Clark Road, map 11, lot 21, DEP 3051023. I don't have my, this is, oh, here it is. So you need a 2-year extension. Any issues, Stefania?
No,
Neither do I. So 2 years, today's date is November,
Excuse me, sir?
yep.
Our thing expires in March. So would you do it from March, or would you do it from now? I just did
Okay.
it now in
Alright.
case you guys wanted to go out there and see it with 3 feet of snow, you couldn't see it.
All right. So it is March. I was going by this date. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. Okay, so I need to entertain a motion for request for extension of permit for James Andela, Clark, Western New England, 624 Clark Road, map 11, lot 21, DEP 3051023, a two-year extension from the original date of March 15, 2020 to March 15, 2022. Okay, I have a motion to that effect.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Have a good evening.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
All right, so now we're down to, we already did the Sean Ma one. Orchard Street. Okay, old business. Any old business, gentlemen? No old business, Dennis? No old business? New business, concept plan, 2512 Main Street. That's the done pile. Just want to take it over with me and separate it.
So again, for the record, Jim Hanley with Civil Design Consultants. I have 8.5 by 11 by 17s here of kind of these two plans that I think I gave. I'm not sure I can.
Is it the same ones that I got a while ago? Okay.
So we get a bit of a tricky little site here, and so obviously this is the site that you just issued the INRAD for the delineation on. And the site's the Hobart Country Store. I'm representing clients who've owned it for, I think, 10 or 15 years, give or take. And they've just outgrown the existing building. And because this is a tricky site, I have challenges with setbacks to the front property line and side property line. I'm trying to balance in a 50-foot buffer. I know I'm going to have challenges with DOT in getting in and out of the site, access in and out of the access drive. I just figured I'd kind of come here before we developed a full design and kind of just walk you through two options that we're considering right now. And if you had comments, we could try to work those into the design, and if you don't, then that's okay too. But the first one, which is CP1 here, is basically a proposed building addition, is what we're calling it. But in reality, what would end up probably happening is we build out the portion that's kind of the yellowish tan area, and then knock down the existing building and rebuild so that we get 5,000 square feet. Basically, the business to stay at this location needs about 5,000 square feet to run a business according to the client. So this is option one, where we put on about 3,100 square foot building addition. We have somewhere about 22 parking spaces. We have impacts into your 50-foot, no builds, not with the building, but with parking, and we go into the 25, just about at the 25-foot buffer. The one thing we have working in our favor here is that pretty much everything outside of the 25-foot is currently disturbed, and a lot of that is already paved. So I don't think we're going to have a huge lift for the stormwater portion of this. I think for the most part it'll be small pond or maybe something subsurface. So this is one option where we're able to keep the building essentially outside of the 50-foot. And then CP2 shows something a little bit different. And this shows a standalone 5,000 square foot building. I think before I submitted this, or after I submitted this letter, I talked to Stefania and I get some direction on how the commission interprets the regulation relative to impacts, building impacts within the 50-foot. And I obviously want to make sure I have it clear, but my understanding is that we look at the total square footage between the 50-foot and the wetland line. And if we can provide a case that it's better designed and meet those items, we could potentially impact as much as 10% of that square footage. Is that how, is that your understanding, or do I have it right?
The proposed addition
Yeah.
is well within the, let's see, the loading dock is in that area, okay. That should not be an issue
For the first one on the.
for the first one.
And just to give you some kind of context on this, that first one doesn't meet the setbacks, so we'd have to get variance. If that's what we have to do, then that's the route that we're gonna go. And more than likely, we'd have to get variance for either option. But that would be the more difficult one, in that we literally are 11 feet off of the front yard setback. And the zoning bylaw requires 40 in that district. So we'd just be extending out the basically the existing building's front face. So that's one of the challenges we're trying to balance. And I know you guys are, not necessarily, concerned about variances and setbacks other than your 50 and 25, but practically speaking, that's what I'm trying to balance, so that's why I kind of came here to say, hey,
Well,
you have thoughts, that's, look to hear them.
I'm looking at the new one, the proposed retail store, the one for 5,000 square feet, page 2.
Yeah, okay.
And where the entrance is from, where the DOT is gonna get involved. Can the building be moved any further away from the 25-foot no disturb zone?
Potentially, yeah.
I like the idea of the new building, but as it sits on this lot,
Yeah,
it's way too close to the 25-foot.
okay.
And we're usually pretty forgiving on the 10%, but you can't have 10% be right next to it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
So I would have no issue, as long as you brought the building a little forward, and I don't know if you can move your entrance up a little bit, or,
Yeah, well, I mean, we did, these were two layouts, and we did do a handful of them, but we're gonna look again, because we get similar feedback. We did a preliminary IDR, we get similar feedback. Keep working on it, basically.
Right.
So that's
Well-
what, so, yeah, we can do that. Stay below that 10% threshold, and, maybe.
but
try to
with
stay
the
35.
10% not being, I mean, if you had 500 square feet
Yeah.
of a no-build zone,
Yeah.
and you're gonna take 10%, but that's 50 feet, and the 50 feet abuts the 25-foot
Yeah, yep,
no disturb zone, it's
Okay.
kind of pushing it a little
Okay,
bit. You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's gonna
Yep.
be spread out kind of evenly. Other than that, if you go back to the drawing board, I think, I don't know what the planning board's gonna say, but I don't have an issue. Stefan, you have any issues?
No, all I said during our kind of initial review of it is that it's, our bylaws do say when partial encroachment of the no-build zone is unavoidable.
Okay.
So just want to keep that in
Yeah, right.
mind. And,
there's a justification that we need to.
Right.
there needs to be something that says this is, we've tried everything and this is the best
Right.
option. So,
I printed out an image from the town's website that kind of shows the area that is behind the existing building now, and a lot of that area is degraded, right? So whatever we do as part of the development will restore that area. There's a beach, there's like a volleyball court, kind of like inside your 25-foot.
Well, it's also a residence. But the 5,000 square foot building, is that gonna be a apartment too?
No. So the proposal right now is just to have it, basically like 80% is gonna be a liquor store, and the other 10% would be, or 1,000 feet would be convenience. So kind of similar to what they have right now, which is predominantly a liquor store.
Yeah, okay. And that's not this board's purview, but I was just curious. Mr. Sheehan, any questions?
No, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, it looks okay.
Okay.
Obviously, it's a balance between the parking, right, and the building.
Right. But again, a liquor store and a convenience store, I don't know what you might get a variance for one parking spot and be able to move it a little bit closer because a convenience store, you don't stay there.
Right.
You're in and you're out.
Right,
You know? So I don't know if you can get a variance on the number of parking spots that.
Yeah, we're looking at that too, because I think we're gonna need somewhere about 20, and I know we're overreaching on the plans that we have now, doesn't work all that well, so I think
Right.
we're gonna need some help on that end too, and I think I think there's data we can show that we don't really need 20, we might need 14 or 15 or something.
Yeah, it is a liquor store, and, I mean, maybe a certain Christmas, or
Yeah.
New Year's Eve or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that, you might, 20 plus is an awful lot.
Yeah, right.
Well, all right, you're more than welcome. All right. Administrators report. Stefan, do you have anything?
No, I just have a few things that need signatures.
Okay. I can entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.